Corey, what's up, buddy? It's Coach Brad. I wanted to show you the video we took of you at hitting camp. On the left-hand side, this is obviously your swing. On the right-hand side, this is Albert Pujols, who you probably know. And we have some pretty cool video of him taking BP. So first off, what I want to do is I want to play your swing over here on the left in normal speed. Now I'm going to play it in quarter speed to slow it down a tiny bit. Okay, so out of this round, this is the swing I wanted to pick on because consistently this is what I see you doing. And first off, the way we're going to break this down, if you look on the bottom of the page here, you see these blue and red bookmarks. So those bookmarks are going to be associated with these 6 parts of the swing that we'll talk about today. And you've been in the program since the beginning, so we've talked about this a little bit and a little bit about your swing. But these are the 6 absolutes that we have to do in order to hit the ball consistently and correctly with authority every single time. The one thing I want you to be aware of, and the thing that we talked about in hitting camp, and I harp on with you guys, and it's very, very important, things that we take for granted, is that a lot of people, and not a lot, everyone wants to be good out here at ball strike and at the point of contact. Every single person wants to be good out here. What we have to realize is a lot of the deficiencies that happen out here at ball strike are a direct result of the incorrect things that we're doing in the first, especially the first 3 parts of our swing, our setup, load, and our heel plant. Okay, so we have to be extremely, extremely consistent in what we do in these first 3 parts of our swing. Okay, it's very important that the small, tiny details, very, very crucial, that those small things are followed through on to a T every single time. And that's how we're going to allow ourselves to be consistent in the zone. So number 1, if we get to your setup, and then we get to Albert's setup. Alright, so we talked about this before. You've heard about this your whole life, is that you have to be in an athletic position. Right? If I were to push you over, you wouldn't fall. If I were to dribble a basketball around you, you'd be able to guard me, cover me in football. Right? Make sure you're in an athletic position. Feel like your lower half is solid. Right? It's like a foundation of a house. You have to feel that the lower half is solid. Both eyes to the pitcher, knocking knuckles. The knuckles you'd knock on the door, those are the knuckles you'd line up. Loose muscles, make sure you're loose. If you're loose, the faster your muscles are. The tighter you are, the slower your muscles are. You know that. Both eyes to the pitcher. Go up to the plate with a plan. Be hit with an attitude. Be ready to hit. Don't just be ready to swing. Right? We've talked about it before. You have to be ready to hit. There's a difference between being ready to hit and being ready to swing. Have a plan when you're at the plate every single time. Don't give away at bats. We've talked about all this stuff. So this is the physical things we're talking about today. So, setup looks good. You look comfortable, you're ready to go. Now we get to our load. Alright. Load, launch, ready to hit, attack, whatever you want to call it. All those things. So if we look on the left, right-hand side here, regardless of what major leaguer, professional hitter you look at, they get to within inches of this position here. This is their launch position. Craig Counsell, hands way up high. David Ortiz, A-Rod, whoever it is, they get to within inches of this ready to hit position, right? Knob, somewhere down towards the catcher's feet. Outside ankle, outside knee, outside hip, outside shoulder, or square to the pitcher. Landing square gives us the ability to adjust to all locations, outside, middle, and in. Not landing closed, but landing square. Okay, landing balanced. Landing balanced gives us the ability to adjust to all speeds, fastball, curveball, changeup. We want to be able to adjust to all speeds and all locations. Okay, so when people tell you that, land balanced, land square, just make sure you know what it means. Okay? Landing balanced, 60-40 or 50-50, never 70-30, as you know, right? It also can't be 80-20. We need to make sure we're balanced right down the middle. So if we go over here, if we go to your load, right, your load looks pretty good there. Okay? The one thing I want you to start doing when you load is make sure you get into your legs more. Feel your lower half. You're a big kid, you're a strong kid. So we want to make sure that we utilize all of your power and your size. So we want to be able to use your legs. Okay, you have to use your legs. At this point, you should feel like you have a flex in your lower half, right? You want to have a light front foot, but a flex in your lower half. The reason why we call it stretch, again, is if you think this is an elastic band, hands go back, foot steps forward naturally, that creates a stretch. That stretch ends up creating torque. Torque gives us bat speed, which is what we want, right? So now we go to stretch. We've done that. So that looks pretty good. You're in a pretty good spot. Again, all I want you to do is just feel like you get into your legs more. So at this point, maybe start a little bit lower so you feel that power that you're going to drive the ball with your legs. Okay, use your legs. Heel plant. Simply, all heel plant is, if you look on the right-hand side here, heel plant is where we plant our heel. Okay? The reason why Pujols, Mauer hit for such high averages every year with production consistently is because of this position right here. If you look at Albert's angle at his heel plant, he hasn't even committed a tiny bit. Upper half, outside half is completely square, still to the pitcher, bounce, bat heads down towards the catcher's feet somewhere. This is the spot where we say, as hitters, yes or no. Yes, we're going to attack the ball. No, it's a bad pitch. The reason why he's able to hit consistently with production every year is because he doesn't even give up an inch here. He's in a stacked position, ready to hit, hands back. He can see this, and what's so great about this is now this allows him to see the ball as long as possible. He doesn't commit, and then he's not jumping at the ball, all that other stuff. He's not swinging balls in the dirt. You hardly see him swing at balls in the dirt, okay, because he sees the ball really, really, really long. Okay, so when we get to your heel plant over here, there's two things I want to talk about. First thing is we want to make sure once this elbow, I see this elbow exposed and start to connect to the body, that's called connection. Once I have connection, this elbow starts leading down. There's no way we're stopping our swing. It's too late. Okay, at this point, you're at a point where you're going to check swing or you're going to swing. Okay? So we want to make sure we keep this angle as long as possible. That angle right there. Even when you're starting to attack the ball, keep your hands back as long as you can. People have always told you, keep your hands back. Now you know what it means. Right? Make sure you keep your hands back as long as you can. Lower half can come forward. Hands stay back. That's what's going to create that stretch. It's like a spring. It's going to create torque for you. Okay? So that's the first thing I want to talk to you about. Make sure you keep that angle straight. Second thing is, what I want you to start doing is, when you've been swinging recently, you've been staying back so much that none of your weight is transferring forward. Okay, so if I show you this real quick, you go to Albert's setup, put a circle on his belt. Now we go to his heel plant, you put a circle on his belt. Right? So what he has done here is he's ready to transfer all this energy from behind to and through the baseball, through the middle of the field. We want to take that energy back here and transfer it through the ball. We don't want to keep it all back here and stay back. People have told you to stay back your whole life, which is true. We want to stay back. But we don't want to stay back so much so we don't transfer our energy forward through the ball. Okay, I hope that makes sense. We want to transfer our energy through the ball, stay back, transfer energy through the ball, back, forward, and then back again. Not back, so none of our energy ever transfers forward. If we go to your side, we put a circle on your belt buckle here, and then we go to heel plant. Now, what happens is, your weight is not transferring towards the baseball and through the ball. Right? You're thinking about staying back so much and sitting on your backside that your energy is not being delivered through the ball. Okay, if you look on the right-hand side, it's completely different, right? Basically, you went from your start position down a tiny bit. So you're just sitting down in your legs. Okay, again, we don't want to lunge. That's completely different. We don't want to lunge, but we don't want to stay back so much that our weight is not going to transfer through the ball. Okay, now all you're going to do is you're just going to sit here and spin. So, number one, fix this posture here. Fix your weight transfer. Okay, we get the heel plant, deliver the knob. So if we get to deliver the knob on this side, again, this is a little bit of low pitch, but what you want to do is you want to go down and around the ball, right? I want you to take this here and think about delivering this knob right down that line. Okay, and again, that's a low pitch, but instead of going down and around, think about knob, right, pulling the knob inside of your body. Right, we want to deliver this knob. Once you think about swinging the knob in, the barrel is going to fall right behind it. I guarantee you, and that's going to give you bat lag, bat whip. You're not going to drag the bat through the zone. Okay, the reason why I know you're dragging the bat through the zone is because at this point, right, picture speaks right there. Okay, bottom arm is locked out. Now all you can do is you got nothing left, right? You have no torque there to deliver through the ball and hit through the baseball. So when you deliver the knob, you can see there the arm is completely locked out, right? Again, the way to fix that is just to fix this here and thinking about delivering the knob inside of the ball. Okay, stay inside of the ball. Okay. Now we get to point of contact. Point of contact. Alright, your point of contact, that looks pretty good. Lower half is completely delivered. But again, after the point of contact, we want to take this energy and hit through the ball. Okay, I understand you want to stay back, but make sure that you don't stay back so much. On the right here, if you look, Albert hits this ball, stiff front side, and it's just weight releases. Right, everything releases. He still finishes through the middle of the field. Even though he hits this ball to left center, he stays through the middle of the field. What happens here is, okay, that's contact. So say if your contact's right here, 1, 2, 3. We want to be able to hit this third ball here after. That's how we know we're extending and we're finishing through the ball. So we hit, and what you try to do is you try and finish your swing right away, back this way. What I want you to do is hit here, hit through the middle of the field, stay through the middle, and then finish. Don't hit to the ball and then finish. And I've talked to you about that already. So you can tell here at your finish, that's your finish. That's your last bookmark there. Right? And you look here on the left-hand side, Albert's finish. He's finishing, making sure he's finishing out front and through the middle. Okay, and you can tell what happens here is you sit and you're down in this crouch position. Okay, and I noticed that at the last BP that you were just sitting, and what you were doing is you're just hitting a lot of pop flies into the infield or weak fly balls into the outfield. At the end of your swing, let it fly. I want you to extend, stay tall after your swing. Stay tall, finish with your bat all the way to your back. Don't think about sitting back on your backside so much that you don't transfer your energy forward and use your body to hit the ball with authority. Hit, finish tall. Okay? Make sure you let it go. Don't contain it so much. After you've done the hard first 3 steps, then after that you gotta let it fly and use your body and your big body to make sure that you're transferring your energy through the ball and you finish high. Okay? So what I want you to do, a drill I want you to do at home, is make sure when you're here, I want you to set up a tee right here on the inside corner. And what I want you to try and do is think about hitting this ball through the middle of the field. Okay, and you don't want to stay inside it so much that you chicken wing, but I want you to just work your hands inside of this ball and try and hit it up the middle. If you can take this pitch on the inside and hit it up the middle, then I know that your hands are working in the correct bat path through the zone. And you're not going to come down and around the ball. Okay, so take this in. Simple drill. Tee inside, hit it up the middle. Inside seam. Tee way out here, try and hit that one up the middle. Same concept. Okay, and then that is what's important about this last one, is this one especially, you have to transfer your weight forward. You can't think about staying back so much, because if you do, you're just going to hit a weak ground ball to the left-hand side. Transfer your weight forward, hit through this ball, and make sure that you hit that ball up the middle of the field. Alright? Again, and regardless of how good your swing is, take care of the classroom. You have to take care of those grades, no matter how good your swing is. Take care of the classroom, take care of the grades, keep working hard, okay? Keep having a good attitude and come to practice ready to work, because I know you have a good attitude and the coaches notice that, so keep doing that. Alright, buddy, take care. Let me know if you have any questions or clarifications, and I'd be happy to do that. Take care. I'll talk to you soon.